Hello everybody, this is Sonya. So now this morning I'm going to make a grape. Okay. I've had a request to make a grape a few different times. This time we're going to make one that is not actually attached to the fabric, okay? This is going to be a little one that you can put on your dangles or stuff like that. Now the only thing that I'm doing this morning that you won't probably want to do if you're using the dangle is I'm going to use just a piece of thread instead of wire to put through the centre of it. And then it's easy though to fasten on something then afterwards. You'll get the idea. Because I thought I'd make this first and then I thought, no, I won't. I think I can do it. It's one of them experimental things again. I've done them many times before. I've got a bit of variegated thread here and I don't want to... So I've got a piece of... Well, it's not very thick, so let's double it. Piece of green. I'll double that over like that. And there's only about... So instead of this... you would use wire if you want to, okay? But I'm going to use this because when you're attaching the beads, you might get caught in the wire. You can always put a little ring on the end of this, whether you do it now, which might do that myself, because that way then I can, a ring, excuse me, I'll just have to get one of these boxes out of here. Hopefully he's got a ring on it. Actually these have. Here they are. Right. That's right before my eyes. So I'll start with a little ring for the top of it because that way you don't have to worry about connecting it later, okay? No, it's not big, you know, it's just a good size. You don't want it too bulky. I don't think. It's up to you anyway whether you want to put this on there or not. But this is going to be your stem for your grape, okay? Now, so I want to use this piece and I want to wrap it round. I'm going to come up here. I might go through that. I'm trying to make this so it won't come undone, you see. You don't want it to come undone. So I'm going to put that there, right? So it's through it's through the ring as well, okay? So you got your ring on the top of it. And then you want to roll this around. Okay, Sonya, and I'm in Australia, and I don't remember that because I was wanting to start this. I was going to do it by myself. I thought, no, I might as well show you what I'm doing. So what you're doing is you're rolling it really close to that bit, okay? That bit. Each one of these threads is really close to the one before it, all right? Now you could do this with wire if you wanted to, and then you wrap the wire if you want to. But like I said, because there's going to be beadwork on the top of this, you don't want to be pushing your needle into a piece of wire. So just go with what I'm... Just do this if you like, okay? If you want to do this for me, that's the way. Now I'm going to get a bit of glue and put on that because I want it to hold down. And something to make a hole. Here we go. Because I hadn't put any lid on this. That's good of me, isn't it? Oh, I forget these things. I've got so much on my mind all the time. And, oh, dear. I really appreciate everybody's comments. Please keep that going. It's really good. And your likes and things. I'm afraid I don't have a chance to answer all of them. I did a lot this morning. I really thank you again to anybody who has donated to my channel. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. Every tiny, every little bit helps, but it's not even been little bits. They've been very generous to me. Thank you so much. I hope that you get something out of what I do here. And I hope I don't get this on my mat. Come on. Just come down out of there now, please. This is a tacky glue, which I'm using on the thread and the material because I really think that I like to do that. I like to use this one. It is a good one for me to use. I just got a tiny bit of glue there, which is mostly on me, but that's okay. Because I can put the thread into it and then just wrap this around a bit more. Now, we could do this with it pinned to something, Probably would have been a bit easier if I'd pinned it onto the... And the glue will sort of make this too a little bit stiff, which is okay, because that's what the bit of vine would look like. And of course too, you can add a leaf. But Sonya might cheat, put a real leaf on here. I don't know yet. Or do I have? Actually, the other day when I was looking through that stuff, I did have a leaf left on a piece of fabric, didn't I? And I said that I took the other thing off to use it on something else. Now, where did I put that? It mustn't be too far away. I only had it in my hand yesterday, didn't I? Yeah. It'd be good if I could see it, and then I wouldn't have to worry about putting a... Suppose we could do the leaf first, because I really think it might need a leaf. Or you can get a stem. Go a bit further. I never thought of the leaf. Oh dear. Okay, so now I've got a piece of felt. It's fairly thick. It's a good wool felt actually. And I figured I could make me grape this big, righto. So, and the grape will go. I'm going to try and see if I can cut it so it'll look like it could be a grape. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe that sort of thing, you know, because it's going to be a little bit thicker at the top and come up to a point. So that means this bit here can go into there with that onto it, like so. You get me? Right, we got that. Now, this doesn't have to be a wrap piece. It doesn't have to be whatever you like to put on that. It's up to you. And I'm not going to make it any... I don't think I want to use any more glue than I have to. I might have to just go back here a tiny bit, because I think I've got a lumpy piece. And actually, that's a good bit. If it's a lumpy bit, there's a bit of lump in that. Mother Nature has a lump on the stem of the grape too, she does, so don't worry about that bit, so just leave it alone. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, righto. So that's going to be the stem that comes out the top of the grape. And it's just fitting around there without being too wrong, isn't it? Now, the only thing is, well, I've cut this out wrong because that's going to have a flat bit on it. Okay. The majority of this is sort of building up your work, sort of thing. You know, you're just going to be building it up a bit. So I'm going to chop him down a bit because I think he's too big. I think he's too big. Okay. Needle and thread. Get some thread and a needle, and I'm going to start out with a bead needle, and I've got 2 strands of thread here, just of course I do, and it's embroidery thread. I've just pulled it apart. There were 6 strands, now I've only got 2. Okay, I'm going to get them both through here, and it would have been easier if I had them both the same length, which I don't. Wait a minute. Sorry about my fingernails. Oh dear, they're messy, aren't they? Sorry about that. Don't look at them. That's what I'm telling you. I can't help myself. I'm shocking. I'm trying to thread this so you can see. I've got to stop doing that, don't I? Let's have a look so I can see it. Oh, really? Come on. Play up on me this morning. I'm not in a mood for this. I've got to get on with things. I haven't got time for playing around. Okie dokie. 1 minute, 1, 2. Whoops. I've got the other one. Get the other one. Get both of them, Sonya. Now you're going to split it all now. Look, it's okay. We make a mess, we fix it. If I make a mess, I'll fix it. I will fix it. Shame I didn't have a what's the name made, but I think I might be able to put it on later, the leaf. Because this is going to take a little bit of doing this. I haven't started the timer yet. I'm not going to start the timer, but I'm going to just look over there and see. Oh my goodness me. I thought when I picked this needle up that it had a good size eye in it. I thought, oh, this is good, I'm going to be able to get this threaded. I need to go and get some new glasses, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, usually if I don't pay attention to this, I can just do it. I don't have to, don't have to be stressed out about it. So this is very thick, this felt, and it's sort of, I'm not really sure that I'm keen. It's that thick, but it's okay. So in there, which is going to be a very, very small space, I'm going to put a bit of this. So it's up to you. If you're not thick, if your felt's not very thick, then you don't want to. I'm trying to make a grape shape there, people. I'm just trying to make a grape shape. I'm going to start around here at the top. Come around there. All right. Have I got a knot? No. And that's not good because one of them is longer than the other side. What's going on here? Okay. Cut that off. Well, I'm thinking about scrapping this, but I don't want to. I'm never going to get anything done at this rate. I'm too picky. If you don't mind me showing you how to get there eventually, well, I'll just keep on going. Let me see if I've got something thinner. That felt is way too thick. Way too thick. Got a light colour one here. Is it thinner? Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Oh no. It's probably the same. I'll have some in a box, and I'm sure I got hubby to put it over the other side of the room the other day. Wait a minute. Need a bit of thinner felt, Sonya. Even fabric, but not really. No, let's just keep going with this. We're not going to spend all the time looking about. We'll do this. We can do this. We really can. So I've got a knot in that. It's very large. I'd like to have knot, so I'm going to put it on this side. The knot's on the inside now. Okay. And I've got this piece here. I cut that off. I'm going to put this down in there. This is just to make it so you can attach it to your side pieces of your journal or charm, or, you know, something that you want to make. I'm pulling this together, hopefully, to come across the other side there. Close it up a bit. Make sure you got that down in there. Now we'll just oversew this from one part to the other. We're trying to make a thing in the side that looks like it could be grape. Okay, it looks like it could be a grape shape because it's thin at the top, and then there's a tiny bit of belly, isn't it? So a tiny bit fatter there, and then it goes thin down to the bottom. I'll cut that off. Oh, we don't need all that either, do we? Okay, just need to pad it out a bit, because the reason being for that is if you don't, you're going to have to use a really lot of beads. As it is, it does take a bit of beading, and it's all to do with the sculpture and the beading. You know, as you go along, you're making it into the shape of a grape, hopefully. That's what we're trying to do. I think I showed, there was one on that video that I did, or part there of one, that I did when I was going through the stuff that's going to be in the next drawer. And I don't know what I did with it. Whether I put it in for people to... Did I put it in that? I know that... This is the things that were going into the giveaway, isn't it? I don't think if I put him in here. Can't see him. Nope, can't see him in there. Yeah, so this is for the next giveaway, or the one after the one I draw in the next few days. No, it's not in there. But anyway, we can make one anyhow. I've got to show you how to do it. I just wanted to show you what it was. Okay, keep going with this. So we've sort of got, you know, a grape sort of thing. There'll have to be a lot more grapes in the centre, beads. We'll get the idea. You'll see what's going on when we get there, okay? But I think, I don't know if I've actually done some that I've just built up the beads, you know, which is probably not a good idea because that takes a long time, plus there's a lot of beads to be used in that. So you do want to have your beads handy. Who's yelling? Somebody's yelling out. Must be somebody going past. Now look, that's kind of sort of a bead, or it could be one of those hot pickly onion things. It could have purple one. It's okay. Nobody panic. Right. So, because we started off with the bead needle so that we can continue on. Now I've got to get some of this white off here. Okay, so we got that. I'll go up to the top and I can start up there. Now I picked out these, they're purple, and these are like oh dear, well there you go, they're lots of colours, aren't they? I like these for a grape. They're greens and blues and purple colours through it. You can use whatever you want to do, but I'm going to use these for mine. It's up to you. You can use green too. There's green. I had green packet of green ones too, I think. Anyway, so these are glass beads and they're a size 11, I think. So I've threaded 2 on, and I'm going to put that through there. And I'm going to thread 2 more because I'll just go around the top of these to start with. I want to keep that tight so I don't lose the thing that's in the middle. Piece out of the inside that we made, okay? And we're going to just pull that, just go through anywhere. Maybe not, this bead's caught now. Which one is it? I had 2 on there, that one. Really? I don't know. So my needle should be either a 10 or a 13 that I'm using. And like I'm doing around the top bit, I'm going to just put one at a time now. I'll do around this top bit here. Trying a couple of times just to go through that underneath there so you don't see what we're doing. Look. There. Now, we'll put a bead on and go back through. I'll put a bead on and go this way. Right, so you want to come up and make sure that all this part around the top is secure. Oh, covered. You want it covered in bead. Covered in beads. It was raining again here today. It just keeps on going. It doesn't want to stop. Righto, so we're going to keep going with this. Now I'll probably just wander off out here, into the distance, and just start putting beads on here, just willy-nilly. There's no rules. You just thread your bead on, pull it reasonably tight. Don't pull it too tight because you'll make a dent in your grape-like thing, won't you? So you just keep going, covering this with beads. Now I don't have the ability to stop or fast forward this, so maybe you can do that. So you need a fair few beads, something that you need to know. You will need a few beads. You will. Because this is only, how big is this bit I'm working with? Where's me ability to measure this will be on, oh, look at this. Do you reckon that's for real? It's an inch, maybe, look. About an inch, a bit more. Just a piece of paper with, what's the name? It's probably not real, but it is about that big. It's not much bigger. A couple of centimetres. Now, so you've got this top bit too to hang on to, which is a good thing. You have that when you, especially when you get into the, you know, the part where you're getting finished, you see. But I'm going to have to have to take this off. This one here's got a bigger hole in it. I was using this yesterday. Probably not. No, they look the same to me. I wanted a fresh one. A new one, because I wanted that one was starting to bend. Didn't want a new one. I've never even checked to see if this was even in this shot, because I was just too. You don't have to see me doing this. It's no good me showing you. I just need to end it off. Then I've got to thread it again. It's okay, nobody panic. It's all right. And I'll have a better idea than to try and put both through at the same time. I do. Oh, dear me. I'll thread this through here and use this one to finish it off with, if I can get through. Sonya, why don't you get a decent needle you can find the hole? I do have one of those lights with a thing on it, a magnifying glass, but I don't think I need that. On a different day it would have worked really easy for me. So I'm going to go back in there, just anywhere, because I don't have a bead on it, so I'm just going to go through there anywhere and just pull that reasonably tight, not too tight, and then I'm going to end it off, because it shouldn't come out. We hope that it doesn't ever come out of there. So where's me thread? Where's the rest of it that I put on here? Goodness me. Now, I'll get one strand, but then that won't last long either. I was just going to do one strand and knot it, and then you can just, there's another bead needle. This is the one I was using. I'm confusing myself. Hubby's out there cutting up vegetables. He's making that pork roast thingy, whatever it is, but no, it's not a pork, it's a piece of pork pickle stuff. I don't know what it is, actually, to be honest with you. It's a piece of pork, no bone in it, that he's going to do in the slow cooker, because he really liked the other thing the other day. I'm only just going to put these on with one strand. It should not break. They're all going to be fastened together. I'm sure they'll be fine. Oh, better put it on there first, hey. Try and keep it in the seam so you can cover it over, the knot. Okay. I'll go back up to the top now for a minute. A bit more around here. Now, you don't need to do this even. You know, I'm just thinking, you know, these are all on it, but they are. The grapes are not on there in rows, I don't think. You know, like on their little stem. They're not in rows, are they? And then when you get to the centre, which I could probably show you that now, because we don't want to, I can do as much as I can, show you. Because when you get to the centre, you've got to start putting them on top of one another, the beads. As for now, we're just covering this bit, and I'll surely be able to do a bit more of that before I get anything else, I think. I do love the colour of these. So hubby ran up the street early this morning to get the stuff to make this with, because he didn't have the flavour. Another bead got caught. Goodness me. And he says he got back, it started to rain, so that was good, he made it. It's about a 20-minute walk, and then he's got 20 minutes back. He told me he didn't need me to go, he was going, so that's all right. Because it changes all my day. When I go out there, I need to go. I just won't go and do one thing. I like to go up there and, I just like to go and do a few things, when I go up the street. So I go for a few hours. Another bead. I don't believe these are getting caught. I don't believe it, because they usually are a good thing. Well, they are good beads. You never know, though, do you? So they can't guarantee them. But they're a bit different shapes, too, some of these. Maybe I've mixed in two together. They look pretty, don't they? All the colours. I like them. Oops. We hooked that round there when we weren't supposed to. I think I might keep going with this till I make it, and if it goes into 2 videos, I'll just have to put them up one after the other, won't I? Because I'll start trying to learn. But if anybody, well, most of you would use a computer or a laptop or something, and you all know that when you go to do something like with any programs and that, takes a minute, doesn't it? Another stuck one. Oh goodness! I think my needle was that thick. It's not. Gee, they must have really tiny holes in them. Some of them. Doesn't take long for your cotton to go, does it? Should be hanging on to this bit there so I can have some control. That's wrapped around there now. That's not good. Get over there, out of that. Coming out of there. Oh dear. Right, gotcha. Did I get you? Well, see, when I go into the grape thing, I come up somewhere else over here, see? Don't I? So it's all stitched all about as we go. All right. Now, down the bottom here, we only want a couple of beads, don't we? We just want it to come down to the small end, to the pointy end. If you can imagine, if you tried to do this with all beads, take forever, like without putting it underneath bit. Take you forever, wouldn't it, to do that? And that white bit gone. I just need that white bit gone. That fluffy bit. Oh, there's me cutting it off. It's okay, because when I'm finished, there's no way there's a bead's going to fall off that. I hope. It should not do that. Because one might come off, and then I can fix that. Don't cut your cotton like I just did. I know, take the scissors off, Sonya. Sorry. Barbie, I know. I'm a bit rotten over the scissors. A bit scary. And we give him a bit of a puff up and a cooch and stuff like that. I'll come through here. See, we're doing this and we're going through all the time. So if you've got wire in there, you're going to get caught in the wire. Well, might be even a little bit tricky to get through the thicker bits of thread, but it won't be as like it'd be if you were doing with wire. And I do have to catch those pieces of thread anyway, eventually, up the top to make sure they're not going to come out. Now I'm going to show you this because I think you need to see. Oh, yeah, there goes another bead. I've got a collection of them up there now, haven't I? I've put them in the bin. There's nothing worse than trying to do something and it keeps on mucking up there. Look at this, it looks like a little face there. Keeps on, your beads aren't right, but that's something we can't help. See, I can even cut that knot off because I feel safe enough to do that. Because unless somebody's pulling on these beads individually, they shouldn't come off here. I just have a, you know, a good thought on that. I'm sure it's be okay. Right, push him up a bit, make him squishy. And just sit there and watch something. Tell if you want to what you're doing. Oh, well, I couldn't. I can't. I used to be able to. I can't anymore. Can't watch TV and do these things. I like to be concentrating on the television. See, once when I did this sort of thing in front of the television, I wasn't even watching the TV, really. I was just sitting there. Now I get really interested in stories. And I just like to watch the story. If I'm doing this, if I'm crafting, I craft. If I'm watching TV, I watch TV. Because don't usually watch anything that's not interesting because I won't sit there and do that either. I'm very impatient, aren't I? I am a bit very impatient. Goodness me, I've got a fair few beads here now. Oh well, 5 or 6 of them. That one's bowling away. He doesn't want to be friends. Okay, so let's go over here, get some more. You can see how many I poured out and how many I'm using, can't you? It does take a few. You have a bit of white in your grape too, couldn't you? Why would I say that? But you can put any colour you want to. This is craft and it's art and you can do whatever you like with it, can't you? It's my art, so it's my art, so I can please myself. But I don't think I want white in these ones. But I could make white grapes. So I think I've seen something like that somewhere. Okay. I want to put as much on the bottom as I can before I start building it up. You can hear the jet going across the thing. Now yesterday, or the other day, when I put up the thing about the beads that I bought, I was thinking that they weren't the ones I got. Well, they were different. I thought I had others that I purchased, and I didn't. So, I don't know whether I'll go and buy any more. That's a thought. Ah dear, I probably should beat a bit first before I do that. Hey. You go and put a bead on, put another bead on, just keep putting beads on. I know with a lot of my stump work things that I do and that I've done, you can't get a piece of something for it done in under an hour. You know, even if you're doing a petal or anything, it takes you a good while to do it, especially if you want to do it right. Oh well, I'm sure everybody does, but it does take a little while. It's not something that you can do really quick, but it's worth the effort. And why would you want to do it really quick anyway? This is slow stitching. It is, some machine stitching. Now see that bead that I just felt there, he's got a bit of a wobble to him. I'll go back and I'll catch him and I'll put him back on again. I'll just pick him up with a bit of thread here. There you go, put him back down. He could have been one that was going to fall off, but not. Oh, another stuck one. Goodness me, what have I done here? I must have got a bad batch of beads here. Oh dear, well that happens when you open it. Goodness me, I didn't think it was that full. I think I've got different sizes or something. I don't know what I've done, but anyway, so we've got more beads. And we'll put them on here. Okay. And then we're going to shape it with the beads. If you can shape the thing first yourself before you start, if you can make a grape shape first, excuse me, you won't have to put so many on, but I think the idea is, you know, to actually do it. Oh, goodness me. Excuse me. The idea would have to be to, and plus you're going to find that it's going to be harder too to come up in different places. I might have to get a mouthful of water before I keep going. Okay, so I'll just do a back stitch in this, in the middle of here. Just take that through there, and go back again somewhere, right, without putting the bead on, and just cut that right back close. Right, so we're getting there, nobody panic. Okay. So, now, these are not my ideas, you know, what I'm doing here. These are people, look, everything's been done before, right back into the 17th century they were making this sort of thing. So it's not actually my idea. It's only something that I love to work with, and I've done over the years, that I like to do. And I did it for years, for some work I got all over the walls in my lounge room. So he likes to put me work up there, so he can, and we have a fair bit of it about the place, and I've give a lot away. I'm going to do a back stitch, and I'm going to cut my knot off, because I don't want that big knot there, if I can find it. Where are you, knot? Here. I'm do another back stitch, Sonya, because that's going to pull through. Oh, it did. If you need to put the knot on, I'll pull that through, then I'll do a back stitch, and then I'll do another one, and then I won't pull on it until I've convinced myself it's not coming out. Righto, it's not coming out. I don't know why I'm singing. I'm actually singing. Oh, I want to dance, I can't. It's annoying. It's really annoying, you know, because I danced for years, not fancy or anything. I used to love going to the dances and that. I used to really love that. And my brother always said he'd dance my feet off. That's why I can't walk now. He says I overdid it. I think that was necessarily right, but anyway, I can walk a bit. If I stand still, I can sort of dance, I guess. So this bead's sitting up a bit high. I'm going to bring him down by grabbing a piece of thread and putting a piece of thread through him. Okay, still haven't filled it up, but I'm still working on it. And don't matter if they start to go on top of one another, because that's fine. Because when you get to doing these middle bit, that's what you've got to do. You've got to put them up on top of one another to build them up for the shape. This is how it works. And when you're putting that bead on, I've got 2 threads now I've caught. It'll go through other beads too. Your needle probably will, so you can they'll be set down again, won't they? Sewed in twice. Maybe I should put these down a little bit further so you can see what I'm doing. If I could just stay in the one place, we'd be right, wouldn't we? All I'm doing is putting beads on though, really, aren't we? But I want you to see the way that it works, you know. And I've got 2 threads of cotton, and that don't matter. I don't mind. Talked to my youngest daughter last night. She's probably looking forward to the school holidays. She's a teacher, and she said things were going good. She's having a new suite and a laundry put in her house today. Oh well, they were going to start building it today. As far as I know, the builders were coming to start on that. And she lives somewhere where it's always raining, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue for her. This is looking cool. Well, I'm not disappointed with this, that's for sure. Definitely not. Don't think I can go down and visit her either because I can't travel very far these days, so I'm not happy about that. But anyway, oh, you never know. You never know. This is looking cool, isn't it? I'm going to end this off now. Went through a few beads coming up there too, I did. Just so I did. Let's go down in there and cut this off. And cut it off again. So that's all I do to end it off, is just to keep on doing that, okay? Now, looking a little bit like a grape. Looking a little bit like a grape. Where's another thread? Here we go. Caught up in the scissors. And that seems to be holding on. Something's got it. Something's got it. And it would do. If you're worried about yours coming out of there, just blow it in a bit. If you want to, we'll keep sewing it in more than what I did at the beginning. But it's okay because I can feel where the needle's going through the through it a few times. I've got, excuse me. Now, I'm the doctor next week. I've got to do something about all this. I think I got a bit of, that snuffly. Can't even think about it. Sinus irritation thingy happening with me, really, really annoying me it is. So I've got to go and see her, which I haven't been near for ages, and if she wants to do anything with me, I'll tell her, no thanks, I'm good. I don't want to go get any tests done. I do not want another pill, or something to get rid of this is all I want, because when you start to feel a bit better in your life, although I do have a few issues, but I think it's mostly because of the cold and the rain, I don't know. Things cause you to feel yucky or pain or something. Told Jerry I'm going to start at my feet and I'm going to start until I get right up to my head. She'll be pleased, because I think it's one of them places where you go to, and if the first thing you say is what they want to fix and the rest they want to go, oh, you're going to come back in 2 weeks and we'll look at that then. We have to fix this first, is what they say to you. And I hate that, because I want it all fixed, thanks. And probably all is contributing to each bit, I reckon. Anyway, there's a bit of a bead there sitting up in the air. We'll have to grab him down. Here's this blokey. What's he doing up there? Sit down. There. Just sit down. Righto. We nearly finished covering a bit, well, to a degree. We can start in the middle now. What part's in the centre? There's a little bit more this way. And I can feel that my needle is going through other beads as well, so that's a good thing. I'm not even going to go through that one. Goodness. I should have put something there to catch these in, because I've got a lot of them now. Didn't realise that was going to happen. That's what that one's on. That's one in there. Now I'm going to put a couple on here, because these pair look like they're stuck together, so I'm going to put them both on the bottom. And I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to start putting stuff around the middle of it, putting beads in the middle, by just putting them over the top of the others. Or where's me string? Here, my cotton. Just adding a few beads now over the top, and I want to put a couple in at a time, I think. And you can go back through the bead. No, I can't. This one's not working for me. I get them stuck. What happened? My light's not going to go out. Surely not. not now. Oh my goodness, I looked at it. Whoa. That wasn't very clever, Sonya. Is the light flickering or is it all in my mind? Now I can't see. Some more of these beads here. Some of them are look a little bit wonky. I don't know if it's true or not, if it's wonky or not. So anyway, let's keep going with this. Now, just, at intervals, wherever you can, put a bead on. And just keep doing this. Go in and out of there. Might take a minute, but that's okay. Whoops. I don't think I've held onto that thing at all since I started this, have I? Could do that though, show you how it works. It's like a purple grub. You need a longer piece of thread, don't you? I'll end this one off first. I think I can give myself about 10 more minutes, I think. That's what I'll be pretty safe, I hope. Hopefully. I'll just go through a few times and then end it off without adding a bead. Just put it through. There you go. And finish it off as close as I can to it. Now, I need a longer piece of thread because this isn't lasting very long, is it? Just give me a bit more. I don't want to get too much because then I'll have a bit of a time with it, won't I? Trying to get it sorted. I'll be swinging around on everything, catching on everything. So I reckon I could still put a leaf on there and wrap its cord to its little piece of stem to that piece of stem. I have no doubt that I can do that. I've made all this old scooching up here. Might have to put the top on my candle. I've got my candle going today to make it nice in here. It smells nice now. I don't think it really did stink before, but now I've got it on my hand. It's a beautiful smell. It's called, I got this from Big W, I think. I actually bought myself one and then I ordered them for Christmas. It's a orange and grapefruit, blood orange and grapefruit it is. Nice. And in the laundry we have, what's the name of that one? To help with the cat. Frangipani. I love the smell of them too. That one. It's nice. That could be adding to my I don't know, allergies or whatever. I don't really care. I'd rather sniff have that them smells. But anyway. Right, so I'm just going to go through everything here and make a back stitch until I get sure that I'm not going to pull it undone. Right, now add some beads. I've got 3 there. You hope that they didn't go on. I was trying to be funny, wasn't I? Trying to get done quick. But you can easily put on 2. There's no rules to that at all. You can easily put on 2. I was watching this story the other day. Me and Jeremy were. A video thing. It was like a series. It was called D.I. Banks. But I shouldn't. If you don't want to know what happened, don't listen if you want to watch it. because I knew what they were going to do all the way through the story. This girl and him were sort of in love with one another, and all these things stopped them, and they were he was too shy, and it was really annoying. But they had good stories on the background, of course. And then I said to Jeremy on the second last episode, I said, they're going to, hang on, first of all, they decided that they did want to be together, and they were going to be with one another. And I said to Jeremy, I said, they'll kill her now, I bet. And they did. The story, you know. Gee, that was annoying. Really was. You know, they get together and then that's it. Then she died. Should have wrote that better. I wasn't happy. I don't like it when I could finish the story myself. But they do that, don't they? These wonderful things happen to people and then they're gone. You know, they're not in the story anymore. But I knew it was going to happen because it was only the second last episode. So if you're angry with me because I told you it was going to happen, I'm sorry, but it was really annoying that I sat through all that waiting for them to get together. They did, and then she died. They'd have killed. Well, they didn't have. Well, the people who wrote the story did, and that wasn't fair. It was not fair. It was none of this happily ever after thing at all. I suppose that only happens in fairy tales anyway, I suppose. I don't know. But anyway, now this is looking a bit skew-if. I need to put more up here. Okay. So the more you put around the middle, the better. And I should have kept away from the bottom for the time being because I need you to see how this is going to work. When you do it on a flat piece of, when you do it on fabric, it looks good too. Works really well. I've got one here somewhere. I had them yesterday in my hand. I don't know where I put them. They can't be too far away. The dimensional one, I think this is the one the lady wanted to show me to show because she said she wanted to put it on a dream catchers or something. I don't know. I think that was her. Maybe not.